And so you will see a lot of that. Hello, and hello, and welcome to a Hello, and welcome to a Mudiwa music day. Earlier today, you may have tuned into my clarinet recital, where I played about an hour's worth of clarinet solo repertoire. I am very passionate about performing, playing clarinet, but also just being a performer in general. Now, you get to join the other side of my musicianship as a composer. Um, I, as a musician, honestly identify with three main things. I am a performer, I am a composer, and I am a music educator, but there's no music education recital, and I wouldn't want to do that. So, welcome to the recital. Please enjoy yourself. In this recital, you will see a multitude of compositions that I've worked on. I am very passionate about multiple outlets of writing music. One of those outlets is writing classical notation, writing music for instruments that don't have a lot of repertoire, whatever commission I get and am passionate about. I write a lot for percussion because percussion is so hungry for new repertoire every day. It is probably the newest section, newest ensemble within the orchestra to really break off and do its own thing. And since it's so new, they need music, and here I am. I'm also very passionate about film scoring and video game scoring and writing for visual mediums. And so you will see a lot of that in this recital. I am very passionate about passing my classes. You'll notice in a lot of these compositions, they started off as composition assignments, but my passion and love for what I came up with grew into something more, and now I have about an hour's worth of music for you to listen to. This recital will not have an intermission, so please just wait till the end if you need to use the restroom or anything like that. Silence your phones, and please no pictures of recordings, just for the sake of making sure the technology works and that there's no interruptions. And please enjoy. So that last piece you heard was called My Bittersweet Love, and it was a piece written for Woodwind Quintet. The biggest struggle I had with that piece was being able to write it in the first place. I really like being able to flesh out a melody and then give it some harmonic progression, or vice versa. I have a harmonic progression I like, and then I lay a melody on top. It was very hard for me to think of 5 independent instruments working together for the sake of a unified sound. And so this piece was probably the one that took me the longest to write, and to really finish. And I also started writing it during a more difficult part of my life, just mentally. I started writing it this semester after COVID really hit, and so it was hard to stay inspired and stay on top of my workload. But we got it finished, we got it written, and I love how it turned out. I want to give a quick shout out to the people who were willing to perform this piece for me. Next up is Music with No Name. The title comes from the fact that this piece is pan-diatonic, and pan-diatonic means that there's no real tonic, there's no real sense of a key. So when listening to this piece, try to hum what you think do would be, what the home note, home key would be, and you won't be able to find any. The chord progression doesn't really lead into a chord that feels like a solid one, and I stay very far away from um, consonant triads or seventh chords. Everything is very clustered and a little crunchy, but I think it is still enjoyable and accessible. Next up is a piece I wrote for vibraphone called Waltz for One. And this piece has a special place in my heart. I was commissioned by my old professor, Dr. James Doyle, to write a piece for a solo percussionist to be dedicated to his former student, Delaney, and their wife, Jade. They got married. Congratulations on a beautiful marriage. Very happy for them. And this piece is dedicated to Delaney and Jade. Delaney is going to be the performer in this video, actually. So they got to take their own interpretation of this piece that I wrote for them and have fun with it. So please enjoy. Now we're going to start looking at some of my film scoring. I'm very passionate about accompanying someone's visual art with my oral art, my musical art, and so it's been a lot of fun to put music to films. And this next piece, Biscuit, started off as a composition assignment just to get some my film score making ideas and the feeling for putting music to visuals. There's no dialogue in the scene, so everything, the music really drives what's going on, which I don't really know what's going on. There's a plot in there. I don't know. You take what you will from this video. Anyone who knows anything about me knows I absolutely am obsessed with Avatar: The Last Airbender. And so this next scene was an opportunity from my music production class to rescore a scene from any movie or show of my choice. And so obviously, here we are. I love how it came out. I tried to stay away from my influences from the original composer, Jeremy Zuckerman, um, but still trying to keep that is Eastern influence that's so heavily involved in Avatar. And here's what I have. This next piece is titled Amigo Lejano, which means distant friend in Spanish. And I dedicate this piece that I wrote to my friend Ivan. We went to high school together, we were in band together, we did almost everything together, to be honest. He's still one of my best friends, even though he lives in Aurora and I have been down here in Alamosa getting 3 degrees in the last 4 years. But I wrote this piece to kind of show that I miss him and I'm thinking about him. And even though we are far apart physically, we are still connected. So I wrote the lyrics and the music, which was a challenge for me because I'm not a poet. I'm not very good with my words. And not only did I write the lyrics in English, well, I first wrote the lyrics in English and then had to translate them properly into Spanish in a way that grammatically makes sense. That was also idiomatic for the vocalist to be able to sing the melody properly. So the lyrics are all my own, and it's very simple. And the lyrics are just a simple declaration that although Ivan and I, are far apart, and although we show love for each other in different ways, we are still connected. And the last line of my song in English is, "When I look up at the moon, I know you are looking at the same moon too." I want to thank Ryan so much for performing this piece for me. I wrote this piece with her voice in mind, so I'm so glad she was able to find the time to put this piece together for me. So thank you, Ryan. Departure of Love is another film score that started off as an assignment that grew into something I actually really enjoyed. It's a silent animated film that has this black and white feel with a little bit of a twist. So the music definitely drives what's going on in the scene with no dialogue, and I really enjoy it, so I hope you do too. West, A Drive Back from Denver. This was a piece originally written for my percussion methods class. And the idea was to write something that the other people in the percussion methods class would perform for each other. Now, it didn't have to be recordable or, ready to perform for a concert by the end of the day, but that was our final, was writing a piece and then having other people perform it. And so I really wanted to write a piece that could be performance ready within the 20 minutes that we had to rehearse it. And so I made it very simple and sight readable with the idea that you would give this to like a 6th grade group of percussionists, a little boy in the back that needs something to do, and to get some basic musical ideas together when working in a chamber ensemble. We have some splits between the both marimba players. The melody is shared between the bells and the vibes, and the whole thing carries on a very basic 1-4-5-1 progression. So it's very harmonically easy, melodically easy, but there's still some things that some beginners can get the hang of in this piece. I want to give a shout out to Professor Laosi, Maddie, Bianca, and Colin for putting together West for me. Thank you so much for putting that into your very busy percussion schedules and getting me a beautiful recording. So thank you. Now for a commercial break.
Talk about today is this Clark, this interstellar comet. Yeah, big news.
I don't see Clark.
Oh, maybe he's still sleeping.
Dad.
Some of Clark's larger fragments are now expected to enter our atmosphere.
That's right. And now there's just.
What are they saying?
More of the same.
It's going to be a heck of a show.
Whoa. Where are they going?
I don't know. First chance is about to hit. Only part of it is going to the ocean.
Would you look at that?
Wait, where's the explosion? We now are getting word that the fragment has hit the central floor.
Wait, our some more pieces gonna hit.
Come on, let's go.
The sky's on fire.
2 days. They got it all wrong. There's a ton of fragments. Planet killers.
Space agencies are predicting an extinction level event.
We're gonna get together. All right, kiddo.
We're just trying to get to safety.
They've been tracking the military flights to bunkers in Greenland.
It's only chance.
Move back! Runway 33.
Officer! Nathan! Officer!
Where's Dad?
We'll find him. It's okay. Clark's largest fragment will hit in less than 24 hours.
I swear, I'm gonna get my family into that bunker.
I know you will, son.
If you are hearing this broadcast, seek shelter immediately.
What is it? What's going on?
If you are hearing this broadcast, seek shelter immediately. Seek shelter immediately. Seek shelter immediately.
Welcome back from commercial break, and to start off this second half, I guess, of this recital, we're going to move on to another percussion piece that I wrote called Pack-a-Punch to Bullfrog. And it's a very contemporary title for a piece. And I titled it that because Pack-a-Punch Bullfrog comes from the Call of Duty Cold War game in the zombies mode. And when you take a bullfrog, which is a submachine gun, and you pack-a-punch it in a machine that just increases the gun's damage so that you can last longer, the name changes from bullfrog to high anxiety. And that's what this piece gives me. The harmonies are based on A fully diminished 7, which is not fun for me to listen to. Highly dissonant music genuinely makes me anxious, and enough Schoenberg will throw me in a frenzy. I'm not a fan of music that doesn't sound pleasing to the ears. So to kind of troll myself, and because I am a contemporary artist and I need to just embrace that, I took that very crunchy harmony and made it into a piece for percussion. I want to give a shout out to Professor Laosi, Bianca, and Colin for putting together Pack-a-Punch Bullfrog. I know it wasn't easy trying to fit it into your schedules and get rehearsal times for it, but I really appreciate getting a beautiful recording from you guys, so thank you.
Hello everyone, good morning. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves as I get myself situated here. Thank you so much. All right. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get your attention with this. Alright, it seems like I have everyone's attention now. Welcome to music class today. How's everyone feeling? Awesome, I'm glad to hear it. So, when I clap this rhythm, I'd like you all to respond with, how does that sound? Let's practice that a couple times. Awesome, now that I have all of your attention, let's start class. We have a short class period today, so we're going to be talking about playing with instruments, but we're going to be talking about playing with more than one instrument. Ooh. So, let's see here. Oh, Mendelssohn, Sylvia, may I borrow your woodblocks, please? Thank you so much. I promise I will take good care of them. All right, let's see how I can play with more than one woodblock. Let's see what it sounds like when we play with more than one hand drum. Turtle Duck, I'm going to borrow your hand drum real quick, as well as you, Snom. Thank you. Okay, let's see how this sounds, class. Moving right along, let's see if I can play with my woodblocks and my hand drums. Do you guys think I could play that at the same time? Yes! All right, I'm going to need some help. Could I have some audience members help me out on stage? All right. Hi, Dina and Tessa, could you please come up? Everyone give them a round of applause. All right. For those who don't know you, please say your name.
My name is Idea.
And please say your name.
I'm Tessa.
All right, then have you both stand over here for me, please? Thank you so much. Now, I have a question for the two. Can you count to 4?
Yes.
Yes? All right, let's practice that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. May I add one more layer? Is that okay? So I want you to clap on 1, just 1. Okay? Let's practice that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Keep going. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, All right, Bing Bong, I'm gonna borrow your xylophone real quick. Remember how we take off our bars correctly? Top and bottom, lift straight up. Do that for all of our burgers and fries. And let's see how I can play with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instruments. All right. Let's see if I can play that last section one more time. That is the bell, everyone. Thank you so much for attending class and have a great day. Thank you.
I started juggling in 6th grade. In my drama class, we had a woman come in and she taught everybody in the class how to juggle. I juggle mostly at school, like in my drama classes or before class or in the hallway, or sometimes on the weekends with my dad, who also juggles. I love learning new tricks and like finding a trick that you can't do and then figuring it out, which is really exciting. I'd say my favorite trick would be Mills Mass because it's an advanced trick and it took me about like 2.5 years to learn, so I really feel accomplished when I do it. Reverse cascade, windmill, Mills Mass, shower, columns, variations with columns, tennis, claws. When I'm juggling, I feel really cool because not a great many of people can juggle, so it attracts a lot of attention. And it's just like, you get very into your zone once you keep doing it for a while. You kind of just want to juggle and keep doing it until you master the trick. I guess that's it. What else is there to juggle?
So the short film you just watched was called The Juggler, and that was another short little fun composition assignment that, again, turned into something that I really enjoyed. The repetitive nature of the music kind of mimics the repetitive nature of juggling. I think it really just fit the vibe that I was going for, so I really enjoyed it. This next piece, and probably, not even probably, I think it is my favorite piece I've ever written, and was actually the first piece I'd ever written that was worth listening to. It's called When the Dust Settles. I was commissioned by my friend James to write this piece for him. He was looking for solo flugelhorn music. It was kind of impressed by his options. And so when you don't like the music that's written, ask someone to write something you do like. And that was his philosophy in commissioning me. And so I took what I knew about his personality. I took some songs that he suggested as some reference tracks, and I I just kind of worked with him, showed him some stuff, and really had a dialogue about this piece, and it turned into something that I really am proud of, and is the first piece that I am proud to have written. I am so proud of this piece, in fact, that I may or may not have a permanent scar of this piece's chord progression on my arm. I want to give a shout out to Brandy for performing When the Dust Settles for me. I really appreciate her time and dedication to coming in and performing this piece. It was a lot of fun having her around, and I consider her one of my composition buddies, as she was another composition major when she was here. She graduated before I did, but I still consider her a colleague. Please enjoy When the Dust Settles. And to close out my recital, here are a couple pieces from my EP called My Combinations EP. This is a EP worked on over the summer of 2021 when I finally had free time, was away from school. I didn't have any requirements or any due dates or anything like that. So I sat down in front of Logic and just hammered out whatever I heard in my head. And you can hear the rest of this EP on my Spotify. But here are Rain and Something for Now. The visuals were given to me by Alyssa. Thank you so much, Alyssa. I gotta give a shout out to her for giving me these wonderful visuals and putting this kind of music video vibe together for these. So please enjoy the rest of my recital. And this is wine. Ah! Thanks for coming. Have a good night. And I guess I'm gonna walk up on stage and take a bow. I think I should do that. Am I bowing right now? I'm gonna bow with me, present idea. Hooray!